Engineer 775 here at an undisclosed location on a very cold morning, putting in a simple pump. Actually, it's a beautiful morning, and a lot of you have asked about putting a pump like this in. This is a top discharge well, meaning the plumbing comes up out of the top of the well and then back down into the ground. It's insulated. What I've just done is pulled the pump up and I clamp it off with this clamp. You better make sure if you do this you have a lot of hands on deck or a good clamping system, and this quick clamp really helps. So we're holding the well, suspending it from the clamp, and then we're going to remove the plumbing so that we can change the cap out. So we remove the sanitary well seal from the plumbing, and then we're ready to go ahead and put on the simple pump cap, which is a aluminum billeted cap machined out of one piece of aluminum. And then we're going to place this on here, and then we'll share the well casing. This is a 6 1/4 well casing, so there's plenty of room to put multiple pumps in these wells. And pretty soon here we'll have water with a hand pump. Okay, that's step one. It's disconnecting the plumbing, lifting up the pump, removing what you need to change out the sanitary well seals so that you can accommodate 2 different pumps plus the wire port to allow the wire and or safety rope to come through the cap. Alright, that's step one. Alright, we've added the simple pump well seal on here, added the plumbing the way it was. We're going to set this pump down over the casing and line everything up and connect it again, put the wires through the wire port, and that'll be, call that step 2. Alright, we set the submersible back down with the new sanitary well seal, have the plumbing reconnected and wires up through. So we're going to hook it back up, and then you can turn his power back on, and it'll be just like it was. Okay, we've put everything back together the way it was before we showed up. I had to shorten up some plumbing here to get it to fit, but the cap's in place, it's wired, the house has its water back, and so that's the hardest part of doing a top discharge well in a simple pump job, is getting everything in place and putting it back in with the cap in place. So now we can actually put the simple pump in. All we've done up to this point is put the cap on and put all the plumbing back, make sure everything is working good in the house and it's not leaking. Now we can put the simple pump in. Okay, I've got an extra cylinder here, just wanted to show you. This is the cylinder that goes into the water. A stainless steel cylinder. It's got a series of 2 check valves in it and a piston, and the sucker rod is what runs up and down. So we've placed this with our Schedule 120 PVC pipe with sucker rod attachments and rod guides. There's some rod guides that go in here to keep the sucker rod centered in the piping. And so we're going to continue putting our pipe down, and then we'll put the pump head. The last step will be to put the pump head on there, and fittings and handles, and you'll see all that. Okay, we've attached the cylinder head to the drop pipe that you saw before, and we've just set it up here so we can finish plumbing. Nothing's in place yet. We just attached the handle. I'm going to put the bracket on, and then I'm going to plumb in a check valve and a pressure gauge on the front of this head, and then we can backfeed the existing plumbing system. So that'll pressurize the home. So that's a great advantage of this pump, that you can build. You can build a lot of pressure. You can build 150 psi with this pump. Not that I recommend that, but that is something you can do very easily with the pump, and we'll show you how that works. Okay, the pump is fully adjustable up and down. You got to have a couple feet of adjustment. We put our pressure gauge on, check valve, and we're down around 150 feet. I'm just going to pump this just to show you that we're getting water. So not bad for the depth that we're picking it from. And also you might not be able to see it, but I'm screwing the hose onto another spigot here. And this is how you'd put water in your house. You'd have to have a point of entry to backfeed, whether it's at the top of your plumbing or anywhere in the system. You can put another spigot, and then when I turn this on, you'll see the pressure gauge. You'll see the pressure gauge go up when I turn this on. Again, this system's already pressurized, so see the gauge going up, and they've already have 60 psi, which is a lot. So now with that spigot open, I'm actually putting water in the bladder tank, but I'm at 60 psi after 150 foot, so I'm doing a lot of work. But by the time you get there, you're pretty tired, but you've pumped a lot of water in the meantime. Okay, that's pretty much it. If it's cold where you are, always make sure I take the pressure off the system, drain the hose out. The head is fully protected from freezing with a weep hole 48 inches down, so that you won't have a problem. This system will never freeze up on you. So that's pretty much it. So we're back to the way it was. So about 60 strokes a minute will get you 5 gallons of good old potable well water. Okay, I think that concludes our installation of the simple pump. Okay, we just finished up the job. Nice thing about the simple pump, when you're done, nobody knows that you have a hand pump, because the head can slide right down to the well seal. And so from a security standpoint, you are good to go. So a lot of people will build a house eventually. This is a new well, but for the meantime, they have water if the grid goes down, and it's secure. So anyway, I hope we didn't show every step of the installation, but we showed the big steps. Fairly easy to put in. If you need help, interested in a pump, just check out the website and go to the link for Get a Quote under Water Solutions and Simple Pump. Engineer 775 signing out.